Let's try that again. Can't you tell it's Friday? Oh,
I keep on going.
I thought, what are you doing? What are you doing?
When you see me do this, things, you're muted.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. That's basically what I said. I hope everyone's well. I'm modelling a lovely neck pillow today because I'm having a really bad fibromyalgia flare. But yeah, it is what it is. Not a good day. Got this news broke earlier today, but we'll go into that in a bit. How are you, Queen Elly?
Yeah, it's hard to take, but we have to soldier on, Kate, like you're soldiering on. Spurs have to soldier on.
Exactly. Obviously the news broke a couple of hours ago, maybe, that James Maddison has got a bad injury and he's going to be out for 1 to 3 months. Not particularly unexpected as such, but a kick in the teeth nonetheless. But we will get into that in a bit. Let's have a look who sees in the chat first. I can't believe I did the first 30 seconds on mute. What an absolute donut. But anyway, can only get better.
Yeah. These will get better.
Exactly. Steve D's in the house. Says, afternoon, everyone. Must be my inner Spursiness. I'm actually buzzing for the game. Almost feels like home now with our backs against the wall. Well, we shall see.
Yeah,
big up, Steve. Big up, Ronnie. Yeah, Maddison out for 3 months. Well, 1 to 3 months. Yeah, not good news. Yeah. Big up to Mia. Good to see you, lovely. Yeah. Big up to Bobby K. Just had a lovely chat with Bobby. Hope you're well. Always good to see you. Yes, thank you for pointing out that I might want to unmute. I thought, you know what? I could have done the whole show on mute. It would have made it, a quiet viewing, but it would have been quite funny because you could just add your own words.
Yeah.
To what I'm saying. Big up, Rue Lala. Good to see you. Leo's in the house. Big up, Leo. Hope you're well, lovely. Nitrate DJ, good afternoon to you. Stevie says, I'm away to a meeting and listening in the car. Good, as long as you're listening.
Yeah, that's all right.
Big up, Mark CFC. Yep, not too bad, thank you. Hope you're well. Future Music says, hi, all happening. I've had people poking my heart about this morning at the hospital. All okay, though. Oh, goodness. I do hope everything's all right.
Yeah.
Sending our love to you. Yeah, never nice going to the hospital. That's for sure. Nitrate says might be without Pedro Porro too, as he wasn't in training this week. So that's the whole back 4 down. Oh God, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
Should we go? Should we go?
Well, can you imagine me crippled like this? I'd probably still do better than Dyer, to be fair. Even with fibro, I'd probably still be better. But hi, lovely lady.
You can with your neck brace, Kate. You give him with your neck brace, and I'll give him a right hook. They won't be scoring against us.
Oh dear, you've got to laugh.
Yeah, you've got to laugh, otherwise you're going to cry.
Exactly. Afternoon, Andrew Gregory. Good to see you. Yeah. Daniela says, I'm quite worried about tomorrow. Good afternoon, coming you Spurs. Good afternoon to you. And everyone is saying hello to each other. So yeah. Okay, James Maddison. What now?
Pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I hope it's just 1 month, because it's only I think they're saying 3 months because of they might want to give him a little bit more extra rest. But I think if it's all right after a month, we've got that international break coming in. I think is it a week or 2 week international break?
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, so that only takes it to 2 weeks if it's just a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but we've got big games coming up and we needed him. But maybe it's time for other players to step up, Kate. They have to step up and take his place. It's going to be hard, but, we've got Lo Celso, we've got Brian Hill. They have got a bit of skill in them, so let's see what happens.
At the end of the day, it was always going to happen. All these, Jim, I love you dearly, and Cooves, but it was always going to be wishful thinking that we go through a whole season without any injuries. Come on, let's be fair. For me,
it's bad because we've got the suspensions as well, so that's on top of the injuries.
The back four scares the crap out of me more than anything other. Big up.
I've already messaged him. I said, get your head like in a neck brace, so you know, because he's going to be jumping so much as centre back if they play him centre back. I said, get your neck muscles, all worked up.
Look at Stell, look, trying to interrupt our ladies' meeting. Look, afternoon, have you got space for one more? Look, he can't get enough of the ladies. What can we say? We just everybody. We'll see. We've got to do our Premier League predictions first.
Him, it?
Yeah, we have to start charging you, Stell, you little while. I think he just wants to show his hats off. We was bantering about his hats yesterday. Big up, Ben. Good to see you. Massive big up to Aaron Lawrence. Says another morning waking up to bad news. It's getting worse. Yeah, but you know what? It's got to get worse sometimes to get better. That's all I can say. Don't mention Lascelles, so I can't cope.
I'm trying to put a brave face on it. My stomach's turning.
Afternoon, ladies. Bobby's just stolen exactly what I was going to say. Play Kulu in the number 10. That is my solution to the problem with Maddison. That is exactly what I would do. I would have Richie on the left. I would have Johnson on the right, Son in the middle. Then the back four, you're going to have Emerson, Dyer, Phillips, and... we've got Davis.
He's done a really good job though against Chelsea. Come on, he did.
Yeah, Dyer. I mean, Dyer's going to play. There's absolutely no doubt.
And he hasn't even played that position.
I mean,
you need someone who's combative, and that's what Højbjerg is. So he's going to be like further back, so it's even better for us. So we can protect our defence. Then we've got Vicario. Don't forget, he's a fantastic goalie.
So who do you put in the back four, Ellie?
I'll put well, if Porro's fit, obviously Porro, Emerson, Højbjerg, Dyer. I wouldn't chance Phillips. I would try and bring him on if Dyer's having a mare.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. I mean, Højbjerg did a job the other day. He's pretty solid. It's not a bad call.
Yeah, he's pretty fast. He's not slow. People think he's slow because they don't see him run forward. Like, that's not his game. But when he does, you see him. I saw him against Arsenal when we beat him 3-0. He was speed merchant.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
He can turn it on.
You're right. Big up Robert Wilson. Richie's out as well, isn't he? Sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I
can't cope.
It's not a big miss.
Ellie, I can't cope. I don't
know. We've got plenty of players who can play on that side. We've got Johnson and Hill.
Yeah, Hill.
So it's all right. We're okay on that side. Lo Celso can replace Maddison. Obviously, if he can turn it on, it'd be bloody good because he hasn't turned it on for yonks.
Sugar. I forgot all about Richie. Big up George, by the way, to David. He said, I'm not going to criticise Ange because it's only become a fiasco of two clowns, Romero and Doggy. Well, I'm not going to go over that again. That's been exhausted, I think, that topic.
Let us stand, innit? But they were trying to win the ball, but in a fairer way they should have done it. Yeah. Don't know. That's it. It's done now.
I don't think I forgot he had surgery. Leo says, Richie, I thought I read that's Kulu. Oh, my God. Dorrington, Phillips and Sayers, St. Andrew Gregory. Jesus, when you think about it, now I'm sitting here thinking we are really down to the bare bones.
Yeah. But remember, but we've still got players that can turn it on for us and turn the game. So we've got to look on the positives as well as the negatives. Yeah. Right? So we've still got Sonny, we've still got Kulu, we've still got Johnson, we've still got Basuma, we've still got Sarr, we've still got Porro, hopefully, and we've got Vicario. So that's a big sign of our team. Yeah, you're right. Look at Ellie. She is a walking antidepressant. I was suddenly feeling really down, and now I'm feeling like we could win the league again. Not really. Yeah. It's just if we lose any more, then I won't. I'll be going. No. I'm going to be hiding under a rock.
Basuma's only one yellow card away from suspension as well.
Hopefully we won't pick one up, isn't it?
Yeah, ladies, you lift my spirit. Watching this show is like my therapy and keeps me going. Big up, Aaron Lawrence. What a kind thing to say. Good afternoon, side dancer. Agreed with Ronnie. No Lo Celso, I hate him. I hate him. His attitude absolutely stinks.
Yeah, we're not happy clappers. We're not happy clap. I hate that term, right? Happy clapper means you just clap at everything. No, we're seeing the positives of what can come out of this, not the negatives. Because if you focus on negatives all your life, right, and you don't look at the positives, you're going to be a downer. You're going to be like a Karen all your life. No, I don't want to be a Karen.
You're right. Now look, Stell's paid his £5 entrance fee. Big up, Stell. Thanks for the super chat. I've sent you the link. I'm going to start charging people. That's it. You've started saying now.
It's like Anne's like, Kate, just before you go on, right? He was positive, trying to get something out of that match, right? And all the people that are looking on the negative side, I can see their point of view, but I just don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I can't get on that bandwagon of banking up, because we didn't have the players to bank up.
Yeah.
We didn't. And we would have lost regardless. It doesn't matter. The main thing is we gave it a go.
Bobby's saying Vicario, Royale, Dyer, Phillips and Sarr in the back line. Then Bissouma, Højbjerg, Kulu in the middle, and Hill, Son and Johnson up front. That's not a bad call either.
That sounds brilliant, Bobby. I think Bobby should be the assistant manager.
Yeah, get Bobby in. Get Bobby in Spurs. Ellie, Phillips must play. He's tall, fast and composed on the ball, and for corners and for free kicks we need height. Agreed, but we haven't seen him in the first team, so should we start him or maybe bring him on?
He's 6'4", isn't he? Yeah, he is fast. That's one thing, but he's inexperienced, but you know, maybe I think maybe play Dyer and then bring him on if Dyer's having a mare. Because Dyer, I mean, you know, but it's hard for a young lad to be thrown in like that. But you know, it depends on what Ange wants at the end of the day. If he feels that he's ready, he'll throw him in.
Yep. Big up to Legacy 11. Walking Antidepressants should be the name of the show. Perhaps we've changed that to have, instead of Premier League preview, we'll call it Walking Talking Antidepressants.
Yeah. When you grow up in a very positive family, we're all Spurs fans, right? We all love Spurs, but we will give it to them when we have to. But I couldn't give it to them against Chelsea because we were 9 men, man, and we threw everything at them. We had 4 really brilliant chances, right? And Vicario was exceptional. You've got to praise that. Come on, man.
Of course you have. Sometimes it's better to focus on the positives than the negatives. Sometimes. Bobby says he's not a happy clapper. He's a deluded happy clapper. Oh, hello. We've got a new hat in the house.
Yes, still.
Stelios is doing his Man from Del Monte impression today.
Yeah.
How are you, Stel?
Can I have a refund on my entry now, please?
That's a £5 well spent, man, to spend a brunette and a blonde. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
£1.50 goes to YouTube, though. It's like they've taken.
Oh, no.
Thanks for letting me on. Friday's my day off, so it's just nice to jump on streams and stuff. I jumped on Tottenham on tour this morning as well, so it was nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How are you feeling about the Madders news?
Well, I've got some bad news for you guys.
Oh no.
Okay, what's happened?
I spoke to my guy at Spurs, mate, Van der Ven. He's out till middle of January.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling me. He's pretty good as well. It's minimum 2 months. So
Jesus. Bloody, I wish I'd invited you on. I want to kill myself now.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
It's like the Grim Reapers just come online. Oh, Jesus. Well, surely, I mean, I've read all this stuff today or yesterday it was saying that we haven't got any money, but surely he's going to have to bring in some reinforcements. I just don't know how we can't. Honestly.
We've got everything else on loan. We've got the whole stadium on loan.
I mean, I heard Will say about recalling, I think it was Will who said about recalling Tanganga or something because he's not playing. I think it was Will Stewart that said it. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I literally can't believe what has gone wrong in the space of a week.
Look, do you know? Let's put a positive spin on it. So it's not all doom and gloom, right? I'll tell you why. I'm going to try and put a positive spin on this. If you think about the way we play, we defend from the front. We haven't lost the front players. So Brennan Johnson's there, Kulu's there, and Son's there. So we shouldn't have an issue with that. Then if you look at the midfield, Maddison, we don't know how long he's out for. Unless there's any news on it, I don't know. So let's
1 to 3 months. That's all it says.
Right. Okay. So we don't 100%. Okay. Someone's saying that Andrew said he's out to the new year. All right. So okay. All right. So Maddison's out to the new year. You still got Bentancur, you still got Basuma, and you still got Pape Sarr, right? And you've got Højbjerg's backup. So technically speaking, there shouldn't be a massive drop off there. Maybe a bit of creativity gone. Okay. But the midfield and the attack is still there. So in terms of controlling possession, playing our system and pressing from the front, which is where we start defending, we shouldn't see a major problem. Udogi's only missing one game. Porro's still there. So the wing backs are still there. The only real problem, if you think about it, is the centre backs. We've lost them both. Dyer is a massive problem. We know that. But Ashley Phillips now, the academy plays the same way as the first team. So for under 13s all the way up to under 21s. So Ashley Phillips, he's not coming in blind. He's coming in being part of an under 21 team that's top of their division. So he's coming in knowing how we play, which is a good thing. It's whether he can grow up and play men's football, which we won't know yet. So I think with Ashley Phillips, there's a pathway for him to do well. With Dyer, we know what we're going to get, right? Vicario is still in goal. So really, it's only if we can find a way to protect the defence a bit more. I don't think it's as bad as we think. My worry is actually now we've got no bench. Like there's nothing on the bench now because they're all the starters. So if we get another injury or a suspension or fatigue or tiredness, I don't know what comes off the bench. I actually don't know what's left other than Brian Hill. I don't know what we've got.
We've only got Brian Hill, Skip.
The Celso and Brian Hill, that's it. You've got no defenders.
No
more midfielders. Skip.
Do you think he'll put Dorrington on the bench?
He has to, Ellie.
He won't have any choice, will he?
Well, he can bring back Tanganga or Rodon or Reguilon or Jed Spence, their defenders, but is he going to do that? He wanted them out to bring them back. What's that saying? Oh, we're screwed now. Can you come back and help us after I've got rid of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be like too happy about that either. Will they be on board? Will they know his system? That's the problem.
Well, it's all right. The under 21s will be the first team by December.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They're doing very well. But when they play men's football, they don't do well because they lost to Cambridge 4-1.
That's news.
Still, what do you think about moving Kulu into Madder's position? Because obviously Ryan Mason played him as a 10 towards the end of his tenure.
What, and then put Brennan on the right and Brian Hill on the left?
Yeah.
I don't think Ange likes Brian Hill. I don't think he's convinced. He never gets any. He hardly plays. No. He had like 5 minutes against Palace. Even Lo Celso's dropped down the pecking order. Bentancur comes back from injury straight in. Lo Celso not looking. So I don't know. Listen, if we've got no Maddison, he's got to give it a go, right?
Yeah. Or is Benny fit enough to start? I mean, I just my head's exploding. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to lie. It's all gone Pete Tom.
It's the way of Spurs. That's why we support Tottenham.
Oh my God! It just oh my God!
You hear what he said about Emerson? He said Emerson's he is the best trainer. He trains very well. So I think he's got faith in Emerson to put him in, and he won't worry about him too much. The only thing with Emerson, he's not very good at bringing the ball out. He's not too bad a defender. He's not totally crap, but it's a weakness, isn't it? He's not a Udogi, and he's not quite a Porro. Because Porro, at least he can bring the ball out, and his passing is really good.
Yeah.
So is Ashley Phillips, Ellie. He's a good player.
Yeah, I know.
It's whether he can play men's football.
Yeah.
It's whether he can play that level.
Well, we're soon going to find out if he bloods him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anne has said that Davis and Porro are both fit.
Oh, right.
Minerals has got a question for Stell. Would you start Royale at centre back for defensive stability? And thanks for the birthday message. And up the who's his support? Man United.
Up the minerals. Up the
MFC.
minerals.
Oh,
right.
Minerals, up the minerals.
No, I wouldn't start Chicken Royale at centre back. No.
There you go. There's your answer.
No, he's not. Centre backs need to have height. They need to be able to deal with balls in the air. And also centre backs, the way we play, they need to be able to play it out from the back. I don't think he can do it. I just don't feel he's that player.
No.
Do we bring Alfie Devine back from loan to fill Madder's place?
That's another thing. He's not even getting the minutes where he is so much. I think he's only started 2 games. That tells you something.
Yeah.
And that's in League One.
I can't believe everything, literally, from that Chelsea game. I said, you know what? Someone said I think it was on the terrace, said to me, "Oh, do you see it all going wrong in December?" And I said, "I think it's going to go wrong before then." And it's like I had a crystal ball because everything's gone wrong. I think I cursed us. Lucas says, "Good job. We've got 26 points." Yeah, Madder's out long term. If Ange doesn't start the game on the halfway line tomorrow, he's got questions to answer because I thought Dyer Højbjerg can't defend. He will start. He won't change how he plays. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think he'll change it.
Can I say on this, Bill? Right, this is a big misconception that's going around. Right, I don't know where fans are just becoming a bit not obsessed, but carried away with this high line. I know. Ange said in his post-match comments, even if I had 5 players, mate, we're still going to play that way. Okay, he didn't mean that. He's just getting rid of the media. Because when we went down to 10 men, when Basuma got sent off at Luton, did we play a high line?
No.
We dropped deep. Why? Because you had Romero and Van der Ven at the back. So I think it depends what players you've got and how many players you've got on the pitch. So I promise you this. If we go down to 10 men, 9 men against Man City, we're not playing a high line. Bill, I guarantee you he will not do that.
No. It has become such a massive topic in the Spurs fan base at the minute, this high line versus low block thing. I watched you yesterday on Savage Show, you and Will defending Romero, and then the low block versus the high line. I've seen so many debates about it all over the place. It's craziness.
There's no wrong or right. There's no wrong or right. It's like a trade-off. If you take off defenders and bring on strikers, you've got more players on the pitch that can score goals, but you've got less people that can defend if there's a counter. So it's like, what's your trade-off? And the trade-off that he went for was, look, we're probably going to lose with 9 men anyway, so let's go for it. The trade-off is I'm going to give away a lot more chances, but if we can create something before that happens and go 2-1 up or 2-2, then maybe I can drop deeper. It didn't pay off. It didn't pay off.
Oh, God, no, Ash, not Rodon, please, God, no. Oh, my days. We're really scraping the barrel here, aren't we?
Oh.
Jesus. December. No. December, 7 games in that month. It's going to be tough. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, God. It's not their fault still. A lot of fans are lemmings these days. Yeah.
It's opinions. Philly, it's just opinions, man.
Big up, Niall. Good to see you. Bill says, surely it's the other way around still. With recovery pace in VDV, you can defend higher. Without the pace, you defend deeper to eliminate the counter pace.
Yeah, but then how do you transition to attack? So if we go deep with 9 men, you can't use pace because Brendan Rodgers is off the pitch. You can't creatively counter because Maddison's off the pitch. The only outlet you had was Kulu. He hasn't got the pace to travel 90 yards up the field with the ball because normally he receives the ball in the halfway line, not deep. So tell me how we transition if we low block for 45 minutes. A long ball to Sonny. We know he can't play that game.
No.
So I think our fans have become so zoned in on, but we can't defend like this. We can't defend like this. You're forgetting that you've got to attack in football as well. There is no way in my mind, if we sat back with 9 men for 45 minutes, which is how long was left, if you including the added time, right? that we weren't going to concede. Chelsea don't like a low block against 11 men. When Brentford beat them 2-0, they had 11 men, Brentford, not 9.
Yeah.
This is a very different situation. When Liverpool did it, they had Konate, Van Dijk, and Matip, 3 centre-backs. We had 1.
Yeah.
The dynamic was completely different. And we're just, I don't know, look, we all look at football a different way. I just think that whatever we did, we were going to lose. And Anne just thought, do you know what? Let's go down trying to win.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
As well still. And like, Dyer hasn't got the recovery. It was the best solution for the worst situation. It was, right? I don't care what anybody says. I respect their opinion, but I think the way Ange approached that was the right way. And we nearly got something out of it. We really did. Because we had 4 really good chances. And we scored a goal, which everybody's saying should have stood. Because it came off their head.
Yeah.
So,
I do agree.
Let me ask you these questions, right? For 3 years, we sat back with 11 men. How did that work out for us?
Well, last season, 63 goals worse off.
So what do you think is going to happen if we do it with 9 men? The same players, by the way. No new players on the pitch. Maddison's off, Solomon's off, Dogi's off, Van de Ven's off. All the new players are off the pitch. So we've got the old guard, but down to 9. What does everyone think is going to happen?
I know.
So he gave it a bash. He gave it a bash.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with having a bash every now and again. That's what I always say. I do think he took Johnson off too early, but I don't know if he did it because Kulu has got more experience or because Kulu had scored the goal. But Johnson looked really dangerous to me. But who am I to criticise Ange? He's just won Manager of the Month, I think, for the 3rd month in a row.
He took him off for stamina because Johnson's just come back from an injury, and Kulu, when we went down to 10 men, ran his socks off for 90 minutes against Luton. So he's probably just gone for who's got an engine, who can run and chase shadows for, you know.
Yeah. I think he did that on Monday to stun us because he did it with 25 left, and for 15, 20 minutes it worked. And if it was you could always create against us. Do you know what? Up until they scored the 3rd goal, Chelsea, I didn't think for 1 minute we wouldn't get anything out of that game. I thought we're going to get at least a draw.
90 plus 4, they scored the 3rd goal in.
So it nearly worked.
Yeah.
I know nearly people say, but nearly's not good enough. But, you know, everyone would be saying, wow, what a genius if it had worked. I prefer to lose trying to win than to be there waiting to lose. Yeah, I think that's a bit of Ange there. Romero back in 3 games at least. He'll be back for those December games, so we only need to figure out who to fill the left centre back till VDV is back. Oh God, it's. I'm trying not to be downbeat, but it is a real slap in the face.
If Phillips does well for us, he might be able to cement a place. This is a chance for him. It's an opportunity for him to just
I agree. I haven't seen enough of Phillips. I've seen bits of him, but I've heard a lot of people very complimentary about him. So he's got to get a chance. We haven't got a choice really than to give these people a chance. We have not got a choice. We know, Slee. Please stop telling me. I'm going to cry live on stream. That won't be pleasant. Spurs would have beaten Spurs whichever way he went. I think it means Chelsea would have beaten Spurs. But Ange chose to go down fighting. The personnel is a problem. How many managers do we have to go through to ram the message home to the hierarchy? Yeah. Exactly that. Horses for courses. What aboutery? Yeah. I think with the loss of our centre-backs, the only way we continue getting results is trusting our attack. No low blocks allowed. Yeah, I like that. Mia's talked about BJs. Hang on. Oh, no, she's talking about Brendan Johnson. Brendan Johnson come on when Romero went off. He didn't know we'd go down to 9 men. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Johnson has pace still, and you need pace at 10 men. That was a poor tactical decision, says Minerals.
No, it wasn't. That's your naivety in understanding the game that we play. The way we play, the way we're going to continue pressing, you need high energy. That's why Pape Sarr starts every game. He brings high energy and stamina to the team, right? That's why he starts every game. So if you take off Johnson and keep on Kulu, you're going for someone that's got the stamina, who's proven it this season when we're down to 10 men, which was Kulu. That's why he did it. It makes perfect sense to me why he did it. If you wanted a more attacking option, then yeah, keep Johnson. But what happens once Johnson runs out of steam? Then you've got to make a sub, and he used all his subs. There's no more subs left after. Listen, the situation was horrific. Everything went wrong, like everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, agreed.
Losing Maddison as well. That was such a big blow. It's a killer.
Yeah.
Sonny wasn't. He only got one chance, didn't he, to score, and he sort of scuffed the shot. It wasn't a bad shot, but it wasn't a good shot, and he made it easier for the goalie to save it.
Yeah,
but the creativity went, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you both: who would you have as your starting 11? Ellie, I'll ask you because you're a lady.
Right. So I'll have Vicario in goal. I'll have, if Porro's fit,
which he is.
Porro.
Yeah.
Porro. I would play Porro. All right, I'll put Phillips and Dyer in because they're proper centre-backs rather than Højbjerg. That's my own heart talking, but nah. And then Emerson. And then in midfield, Bissouma, Lo Celso and Sarr. And then up front, Kulu, Johnson and Son.
Okay. What about you, Still?
Vicario, Chicken, Royale, Porro.
Love that name.
Dyer and Phillips. Dyer and Phillips. Bissouma, Sarr, Bentancur.
Bentancur, yeah.
Kulu, Son and Johnson, but I would probably not go with 3 across the front.
You put 2 up and drop 4 in midfield?
Yeah.
So who would you put as the 4th midfielder?
Kulu. Yeah, that's not a bad call, actually. Yeah. I mean, if Benny's up to playing the 90 minutes, that's exactly the starting 11 I'd go with. But I didn't think of that, but that's not a bad call. I think Kulu's better when he's in midfield. I really do. I don't think he suits being a winger. I know I always say it, but I don't.
You have to have pace to be a winger.
Yeah.
I think, I agree with you, Kate. He's wasted on the wing because he's very technical and he's so good at holding the ball. And you get more time in midfield to spray passes, whereas on the wing, he's marked. They put 2 or 3 men on him sometimes because they know he's a danger.
Yeah.
And he's snuffed out a lot of the time. But he hardly loses the ball because that shows on his stats and the way he's progressive running as well. He's fabulous. But he doesn't get the credit because people just look at his pace, don't they? Or what he does with the ball. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a really good player.
I think you're missing the point, Minerals. The point is we didn't have the likes of Van der Ven and Romero. We had the same crap on the pitch that had let us down all of last season because they can't defend. So I think you're missing the point. I think that's what a lot of Spurs fans are forgetting. Had we have had the likes of a strongest defence on there, then maybe he would have played the low block, but you can't with the players that were there.
Also, like you keep bringing up Chelsea. I've explained that twice, so I'll say it for a 3rd time. Chelsea don't like low blocks when it's 11 men. Brentford beat them 2-0. Brentford had 11 men on the pitch. We can't defend low block with 9 men. Liverpool did it and they conceded, and that was Liverpool, who've got a better defense than us.
Yeah.
I don't get all this. But Chelsea don't like. It makes no sense.
No,
I've heard fans say, well, they conceded 90 plus 6. Well, we conceded 90 plus 4 after we went down for 10 men, and then when we were 9 men, 90 plus 4, 90 plus 7. Yeah. So there's no substance in what people are saying sometimes.
They like to compare different situations, but when
you can't.
When the variables are different, you know.
Yeah. They had 3 top class defenders: Matip, Van Dijk, and Konate.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Dyer and Højbjerg. Flipping hell. That's like putting my 2 daughters in defence.
Don't be so mean to your daughters, Ellie. Don't be so mean.
Thank you for the super chat, Jim, my stalker. He says, look, the way to look at it is we have 26 points. We're second. It's a chance for others to stand up, be counted. Do not be downbeat with good times ahead. It was always going to happen. It was just, it's happened so quick. One of our members played Vicario as centre-back. He almost played that way anyway against Chelsea. Yeah, he was magnificent.
He was a sweeper keeper. Brilliant.
Yeah,
I was really angry with Sky for giving Jackson the man of the match just because he got a hat-trick. He had 3 tap-ins. Vicario, he must have cleared about 7 or 8 at least, didn't he, with his sweeper keeper?
Yeah, he was brilliant.
And he made a world-class save in the first half.
Brilliant. Yes. Absolutely stunning.
I agree with this still. We do tend to do well when we're written off. I remember when Kane was injured and everyone was like having a meltdown and Son really stepped up and we're just have to wait and see. I only watched the whole game back yesterday. My only thought was so proud of Ange and the team. Big up, Rob. Joe Phillips says, can the news out of Tottenham get any worse? From sitting pretty to being in disarray in a few days, topped off in January with Levy turning into Ebenezer.
Let me ask you a question, right? If this happened to us last season, right? All these key injuries and suspensions, and then we had to go away to Wolves, you'd be thinking, oh, God, yeah, prediction, 3-0 Wolves, 3-1. Everyone was predicting doom, gloom, misery, right? This time round, tell me if I'm wrong, are you almost excited in a way
I was just going to say
to see what Ange is going to do? Yeah. What's he going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, because of the way he plays. And I just think we never know how we're going to do until a challenge comes, like for us, challenges come up and they've all come at once. So, yeah, part of me is really excited to see what we're going to do. And at the end of the day now, the expectations will be even lower because we've lost so many key players. So he seems to have a real feel-good feeling around the club and the players. So, you know, we never know. They may make that step up. Who knows? But it is going to be really interesting to see. I'm looking forward to watching the game. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, that's what I mean. Actually, there's a bit of excitement, even though we know we're in trouble. It's different.
That minerals thing, it's a learning curve. I don't buy into that. It's not a learning curve. What he did that because of what situation we were in. Like Stel said, we had Dyer and Højbjerg. Right, we couldn't play a low block. It would have been suicide to play that way, right? Because we haven't got those players. It's not a learning curve. He just saw the situation and thought this is the way we're going to play. He's not going to do that if we go 9 men all the time. He won't do it all the time. It depends who you're playing as well.
It's disrespectful to say it's a learning curve when he's been a manager for 26, 27, 28 years, whatever it is. He knows what to do.
It's a learning curve for a Dogie. It's a learning curve for Romero. It's a learning curve for the players that had to learn how to deal with it. It's a learning curve for them, not our manager. I don't think.
Yeah, because they did play the occasion, didn't they? They didn't play the game. They got too fired up from when Romero flicked his foot and petulantly. If he didn't do that, you know, he might not have got sent off for that tackle. You never know.
Yeah, do you know what's annoying, Ellie? Do you know what's annoying? When we went down to 9 men, we played the game.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, we did.
We really did.
9 men, we actually played the game. And you're like, why now? Why now when we're going to lose?
Yeah, exactly. Bobby K says, another member says, I'd take Bangela as centre-back right now. Can you imagine Bangela and Romero? Teams would be shit scared to cross the halfway line. That's Ellie's scary daughter.
Yeah, she gets sent off a few times as well.
I'd be shit scared watching it.
Defenders we have can't defend in a low block, certainly can't do it in a high line. So what can they play in? We still have an air of mystery about us, as long as we have 11 players on the pitch. Yeah,
spot on. That is an air of mystery. Spot on. I like that. I'm going to use that today. Well done. Future music. I'm taking that. I'm letting you know I'm taking that. An air of mystery. I like that.
Ange looks to have scarred me on Monday night. Oh, don't. Tommy G says, Kate, Ellie and Stel been out of work for the past 2 months, just got accepted for a brilliant position for a blue chip company. Can't wait to start on Monday. Silver linings is the morale. Big up, Tommy G. Congratulations to you. That's great news. That's brilliant news. It's nice to have some good news.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Ian Barron.
And my daughter Sophia, passed her driving test. Yes.
Yeah, more good news. See, we won't talk about Tottenham, and it's all good news. Kulu in Madden's role could be the way to go. He played that role in his early days. Kulu has 31 goals, 23 assists to his name when playing as a central midfielder during his career. Yeah, I like Kulu in the middle. I'm not going to lie, but Estelle said you could play for him midfield and have him in the midfield. We'll see. It is going to be exciting to see what he does. Big up Spurs. CC literally said we will always play that way in his interview. Ellie, by learning curve, I mean he can fix things and make use firing again. Yeah, hope so.
You know what? I think Andy's a sort of manager, right? That he learns on the job, obviously, like every other manager. But I think he likes his philosophy.
Yeah.
He likes the style of football that he's instilling at every club he's been.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my take on
it. With Ange,
believes in it.
With Ange, it's key that you take the chances because it can be very high risk, high reward. That it does depend on, like, if you look at the Luton game, we should have been 4-0 up. You don't take those chances, it's back to the wall business, right? But if you do take your chances in a game, it's like we did against Burnley. There's no way back in for you. And even at Celtic, he did this. There's games he played, like Real Madrid in the Champions League, where, mate, they went toe-to-toe with Real Madrid for 45 minutes. The difference was it finished 0-0 at the first half. Celtic didn't take their chances, and Real Madrid went on to win 3-0. But if Celtic had gone 1-0, 2-0 up, that game was different. And you know when he talks about, I'm not quite happy in the final third yet. We're not quite creating and scoring the way I want us to. That's what he means. Once he gets that right, do you know what? I'll tell you what. You see, Ange, I hope people turn against him because this man does his best when he's written off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Paul Hotspur Hippie said that he went to Australia and as a Greek migrant, he was put down at every given moment and he fought against adversity to make himself a footballer.
Typical Australia,
he went on, and then he managed on Australia and he won the Asia Cup and then he went to Japan and he done brilliant there. He won them. He changed the whole philosophy of that club and he won them trophies. Then he went to Celtic, won them trophies, 5 out of 6. So it's not some fluke.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them write him off. Let them write him off.
Yeah, let them write him off. Yeah, we like it.
Write him off at your peril. That's what I say. It's swashbuckling football. Spurs fans haven't experienced football like that since the days of Ozzy, the famous 5. And is a minerals general. Let's have it right. We're going to do our match predictions for the weekend. Ellie, you won last week, 4-3. I won't go through all the scores, but you beat me 4-3. We both crap. You got 4, I got 3. That's awful. But we're doing our predictions this week. Still, feel free to join in.
I'm on the top of the league on Talk and Ball as well. I'm doing really well.
Wow.
I know my ball.
Obviously, the first game of the weekend is Wolves versus Spurs.
Oh.
Ellie, what are you predicting for the score?
I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for Desmond Tutu.
Okay. Still?
Spurs Wolves.
Spurs. Wolves Spurs. Yeah.
I'll tell you my prediction, but then I've got to explain to you something. I'm going to go 3-2, but I don't know who's going to win. But it's going to be 3-2, right?
You can't sit on the fence. You split. You've always got splinters.
No, I'm not. Let me explain to you. So I'm doing the watch along on We Are Tottenham TV tomorrow for this game. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
doing it with Simon. Now, the first time Simon and I did the watch along, it was that Leicester City last minute Steven Bergwijn winner. Do you remember that? We were 2-1 down and we won it. Okay. Right, 3-2. The second time we did a watch along, it was the Man City win when they scored a penalty in the 90th minute, then Kane scored ahead and we won 3-2.
Oh my God.
And then we did one recently. It was a Champions League, but it wasn't Premier League. And that was 0-0 until the 92nd minute. Then Sporting scored 2 goals and we lost 2-0 again. So what I'm saying to you is I'm going 3-2 because every Premier League game I've done with him, it's 3-2. There's going to be a lot of drama at the end. A lot. Because it always happens with me and him. So I can't predict who's going to win. Listen, I'll say Spurs because I'm a Spurs fan, but there's going to be drama. I'm telling you, there's going to be drama.
I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I think I probably think it's going to be a draw, but I'm going to go with 2-1 Spurs and hope. Then we got Man United Luton. Elly, go to you.
Yeah. Man United are playing crap, aren't they? But Luton are not that good. They're quite good. They've got quite good attacking flair, but they just don't finish their dinner. So I'm going to say 2-0 Man United.
Still, before I ask you your score, what happened in the studio that you destroyed the studio?
Yeah, when Bergwijn scored the winner, we lost it. we lost it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was what
everything got broken.
I'm going to have to watch that. I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
That was such an exciting game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was craziness. What do you fancy, Man United Luton?
See, Luton, right? They're below the radar, you know. They do create chances. They do. Even against us, they did. Against Liverpool, they got a draw. Yeah, it's Man United, though, man. They're at home, surely. No, they can't. They can't lose to Luton. They can, though. They can. They can. It's Man United. Oh, my God. No. 2-1 Man U. 2-1. 2-1
Man U.
Yeah.
I like the way Still deliberates.
Yeah, I know.
I'm arguing with myself. I have an argument. Yeah, I know.
You're having an argument in your own head.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Man United, but I hope Luton smash the granny out of them. But I'm going to go 3-1 United. Then we've got Arsenal versus Burnley.
Oh, this is even going to be a big one.
Oh, hello.
I would say 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1.
So I think Burnley will score.
Still's feeling the pressure.
No, this is easy. They're going to destroy them, man. 6-1 Arsenal. It's going to be an absolute battering.
Wow. 6-1.
They destroyed Sheffield 5-0 and Burnley are worse.
I'm going to go 5-0, funnily enough. I do think they will absolutely smash them. I just can't see Burnley scoring a goal. I just can't. But I really thought... Go on, Elly.
No, I was going to say, is Vincent Kompany... He's not a player manager, is he? He's just a manager.
Yeah.
He hasn't registered as a player, has he?
No.
Oh, it's a shame.
5-1.
Because they played midweek against Sevilla, so they'll have tired legs.
Yeah.
Saka looks injured as well.
3 goals, go 3-0 up.
Saka's injured.
He came off injured, didn't he? But he's a bit like Maddison. He keeps coming off because he's of a niggle, and then eventually it's going to pop. It's going to pop eventually.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Then we've got Palace Everton.
God, what a game that is.
I think Palace are going to do them.
Oh. Go on, what score, Elly? I'm going 2-0 to Palace, mate.
I'm going to go 3-1 to Palace.
3-1.
Yeah.
Still.
I think Everton have got it together, you know. I'm going 2-1 Everton.
Oh, controversial.
She's top of the league. She's the one who's getting all the points, right? Her predictions are...
I'm useless, me. Saka got injured. 2-0 Palace. Yeah, I fancy 2-0. Bournemouth Newcastle is the next one.
Oh no. Flipping Bournemouth, a weird side. Sometimes they pull out a shocker, but I can't see it. I think
I'm going 4-2 Newcastle, just going to put it out there.
I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle.
3-1. And Stell's going to go something nil, I reckon.
No, I agree. Very 3-1.
3-1. Okay. A funny team, Bournemouth. A funny team, but I'd never write them off when they're at home. I think they score, but I do think Newcastle have too much for them.
Yeah.
Aston Villa versus Fulham.
Oh God, they're all sorts of weird.
She does that every game. Oh God.
Oh, Aston Villa, they're really good at home, but they're rubbish away. I saw them against Forest; they were atrocious.
Yeah,
they didn't even press. But I think they still got too much for Fulham. But it won't. 3-1 to Villa.
3-1.
Yeah.
Still.
Villa at home.
Yeah.
4-0.
That's what I've written for me, 4-0.
Really are good at home.
I think Douglas Luiz is going to score again because he can't stop scoring at home. I'm going to do him to get a brace tomorrow. Just putting it out there. Brighton, Sheffield United. Ellie, you do it every game. But...
I know. Brighton are weird as well this season. They're like indifferent, but I think they've got too much for Sheffield. But it won't be much. I'm going to go for 3-1.
3-1 Brighton.
Yeah.
Okay. Still.
2-0 Brighton.
Oh my God, I've just written 2-0 Brighton for me. Still, get out of my head, please.
He's got that crystal ball.
He has. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest.
West
Ham versus Nottingham Forest.
Tough to cut out our games this week.
Forest had a really good win against Villa. I think they'll be on a high, and West Ham will probably underestimate them. So I'm going to go 2-1 Forest.
Oh,
yeah,
Forest. Still
1-0.
1-0. That is exactly what I was going to say, but I didn't write it. So I'm going to
really?
I swear on my boy's life, I was going to say 1-0, but I'm going to do 2-2 because I want to, add a bit of spice.
They've got pace, Forest. Their strikers are really speedy. That Awoniyi's quite a tasty player as well. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
Right? When they're on form, Forest, they can beat a lot of teams on their level.
They've got a good manager.
They've got a good manager. Yeah, they have got a good manager. I like him.
Somebody likened him to Brian Clough this week. I don't know who it was, but I read
about that. Don't know about that.
I was going to say high grade.
I wouldn't put him that high, but he is a very good coach. Yeah. And he's proved it everywhere he's gone. But I think Forest are going to win. Come on, Forest. Beat the Spurs.
Yeah. Then we've got Liverpool versus Brentford.
Oh, God. Brentford had a really good win against Chelsea, but are they good enough to win at Anfield? I think they'll score, but I think it'll be 3-1 to Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see Brentford, right? They're probably one of the hardest teams to break down, and they're going to go there and shut shop.
Yeah.
3-1
Brentford. Wow. I don't see that.
Liverpool played midweek as well and lost to Toulouse.
Yeah, but they didn't have their first team out. They rested a few.
They still should have had enough to beat them, though.
Yeah, they should have, because Toulouse are not even a big French team, are they? They're not up there with the best.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1.
Okay.
I'm going to go same as you, Ellie, this time. 3-1 Liverpool. I just think Anfield's so hard to play there, and the last game, which should be a cracker, Chelsea Man City.
Oh no.
That's a tasty one.
Yes.
I think Man City are going to batter them.
Please God.
Yeah, they're going to. I'm going to go 4-1 Man City.
Okay.
Listen, right. I'm not having this, right. That Jackson is rubbish.
Yeah, agreed.
Rubbish. And that Chelsea team, the way we got into them in the first 20-30 minutes, I swear to God. Doku's on fire. Haaland's on fire. In fact, you know what? 3-0 Man City.
3-0. Someone said 8-0.
I love still. Doku's on fire. Haaland's on fire. 3-0.
I'm going to go 5-1 Man City.
Got to put a little bit of commentary in it. A little bit of commentary.
Yeah.
Liverpool had who did Liverpool beat? Rest? Oh, who did Liverpool rest?
Well, Salah, Van Dijk,
Salah,
the goalie, Alisson.
Alisson didn't play.
Because I think Tsimikas played, didn't he?
Tsimikas played, yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the football terrace. They were criticising the Greek boy Tsimikas. They were saying he was shit.
Yeah, he didn't play well. He was shit.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how we get on. We've got lots of different scores. I think Man City will absolutely smash Chelsea as well, because if they play like they played against us.
Listen, if Chelsea and City were to somehow get a draw and we win, we go top, no?
Yeah, we do, by 2 points.
Yeah.
So you never know, right? You never know. But if we lose and us win, I think we go 5th. So that's how tight it is.
Even if they draw, we go top as well if we win by 1 point. So
I said last week on last week's show, if we can get to January the 1st and still be in the top 5, I'll be absolutely over the moon. And that was before all these injuries. So I will be even more over the moon now if that happens. So show's nearly finished. I've got Mickey Hazard coming on next Wednesday, people, don't forget. So if you've got any questions you want to ask him, I'm trying to get it so that it's kind of, I've got a list to ask him so that I'm not dizzy and, not asking proper questions. So,
Kate, have you ever done a show with him before?
No, I speak to him quite a lot. I'm friends with him on Facebook and social media, and I speak to him as a guy, but I've never done a show with him. I've seen shows with him on, but
he is absolutely top draw.
I know.
He loves, but I mean he loves Spurs. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. He's probably one of the best to do. You're going to love that. That's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Grandchildren, isn't it? Yeah. He was on Bobby's show. I've got him on Bobby's show for the boys, and then he was on THFC Till I Die with us, and it was so brilliant. He had some really good stories to tell us as well.
I said to him a few months ago last year when Jim turned 60, I told him, and he sent Jim a 5-minute message wishing him happy birthday, just off the cuff. Such a wonderful human.
Yeah. Ask him to tell you about the story.
Yeah.
When Bill Nick came up to him in the car park.
Right.
That's it. Just say someone told me to ask you something about when you were a young lad and Bill Nick came up to you in the car park at the Great. Just ask him that and let him talk. Just let him talk.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a really good one.
I've said to Jim, I'm going to do a little bit about, obviously, his playing career at Tottenham, but I want to get his take on what he thinks of Ange, what he thinks of the new players. I mean, I watched Bobby's show this morning where they had him on with the boys, and he was saying, Maddison's all right, but he doesn't control games. So we're going to clip that bit and say, have you changed your opinion? Because he was kind of saying, oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind him, but I want to get what he makes of Ange. I want to see what he says about the Chelsea tactics. And just
to be, if you think about it, right, Maddison doesn't really control games. He creates magic moments, but does he control a game where he's like, I've seen Basuma control a game.
Basuma and Sarr together work brilliantly. They're the unsung heroes because they do much more work. But the thing is, Madders gets all the plaudits because he does all the, like what I call it, the creamy stuff.
Yeah.
He does all the sort of flair stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, I did say that to Jim. I said he's kind of right because it's Basuma that controls it, but he just makes the magic happen. But we'll still get to see his opinion. But yeah, that's next Wednesday. But otherwise, we'll be back Monday. I need to have a weekend off. I'm absolutely in agony today, so I'm going to have a restful weekend, hopefully, so that I'm back fighting on Monday. But yeah, anything anyone wants to say before we go?
Yeah, just come on, you Spurs. Come on. Let's regroup and go again.
When are you on next?
Tonight, 9 p.m. Our Monday show has been moved to tonight because of the Chelsea game on Monday. So tonight, 9 p.m. is our podcast. There's a lot to talk about, and that should be interesting.
Yeah, okay. So watch still, and me and Ellie are on with Bobby tomorrow night, I think, on Spot the Ball, aren't we? 10:30.
Spot the Ball, that'd be good.
Have a great day.
He's still got one more spot, hasn't he? for one more spot, maybe?
I don't know.
It now. I'm not sure. Let us know, Bobby.
Yeah. But yeah, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for coming on still. Thanks as always, Ellie. And yeah, let's hope we can get a win tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.